Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Orbital Takes. Today is Wednesday, September 21st. And this episode is brought to you by Space Flight Hub and Space with SPO, the only space accounts that you need to be following on the internet. Today, we got some awesome topics for you. We're going to talk a little bit about the Mars Perseverance rover and the discovery that they recently found. Then we're going to get into the DART mission, which is coming up this Monday. And then we'll end the episode with everybody's favorite segment, Launch and Scrub of the Week. Pat, how you doing? How you been?
Doing great, Chris. Our Hawks are 3-0. We had we went on the road and won in Houston, and our alma mater produced this really sick graphic that our worlds collide, space and sports. So we'll throw that up here, and yeah, doing well. Like you said, a lot of space news to get into. How was your weekend?
It was great. Yeah, I cannot believe the Jayhawks won, the Chiefs won, and the Jets won. Like
I saw the Jets
here.
won.
Yeah,
JETS.
I'm not gonna lie, I turned that game off right when
Did you really?
scored in that last touchdown. But
no,
I quickly regretted that. I basically missed like the greatest Jet comeback of all time. But we'll keep that between us and our Orbital Takes fans here. Our Orbital Takes fans here. I always stutter when I say Orbital Takes really fast. Anyway, what should we talk about first? You want to talk about Mars Perseverance first?
Yeah, let's do it.
The Mars rover has found hints of past life in its latest rock samples. They say they have detected the highest concentrations of organic molecules yet in these rocks. I'm not too shocked by this news. I know we found organic molecules on the planet before, but we haven't found them in the Jezero Crater yet, right? In this, this past lake from a couple billion years ago, right? What were your immediate thoughts on that?
Like you, I wasn't necessarily surprised. Curiosity has also found organics. We've seen the evidence of organics from orbit. I believe the Chinese lander recently discovered some kind of organics. So, like, we basically expected him to be there. If all of the time and efforts and resources that NASA has put into the Mars campaign over the last 20 years, we've come to expect that there was organics there, especially in an environment like the Jezero Crater, which was, we went there because it was once a lake with water rushing in and rushing out. So it was, just further evidence of, we're in the right place, we're on the right track. So definitely great to see. And, any science data, it just adds to the overall understanding of Jezero and of Mars. So definitely, exciting stuff. And like I said, just kind of proves that, we're on the right track.
Yeah, we got to be careful here too, because Perseverance isn't equipped to confirm the aspect of ancient life, right? Like, it's not going to confirm it. We're not going to have confirmation until we get those rock samples back on planet Earth with the Mars sample return mission, which is really just, it's not even a thing yet, right? Like, they're still trying to plan how they're going to get these rock samples off Mars back to planet Earth. Are they going to use, maybe a couple Ingenuity helicopters to, put them into another rocket and then send them out? We don't really know how that's going to happen yet. The awesome part about this is, like, these are the building blocks of life we're talking about. And if we find them on Mars, we've said this hundreds of times, Pat, if we find them on our neighbor Mars, I personally think life is everywhere, all over the universe, because it's right. If it's right around the corner, it's definitely everywhere. No?
That's a great point. If we find it the planet next door to ours, then it's probably pretty ubiquitous throughout the universe. You mentioned Mars sample return. They've kind of started to dial that in a little bit. Like you said, some Ingenuity helicopter type of thing are going to assist there rather than a rover. And like you said, the Perseverance rover just isn't equipped to confirm this kind of stuff. What sucks about the Ukraine war and Roscosmos and the falling out there is they were working with ESA on the Rosalind Franklin rover, the ExoMars rover, which would have been equipped to detect signs of past life. So that's sitting in a warehouse somewhere. Thanks, Putin.
And it just we can't move forward with it, right? Because we either cancel that partnership.
Well, so here's the thing. The IAC is going on this week, and I listened to an interview with the Director General of ESA, and he said that there is plans being worked out to take the ESA parts of that rover and integrate it with other international partners, i.e. NASA. And one of the decadal survey points that NASA had this past decadal survey that came out said that we should, first finish Mars sample return. That was the number 1 priority, but also send another rover to look for extant life, life that currently exists there. So, ESA is already kind of halfway there. So, it makes a lot of sense for us to partner up with them on this venture. Whereas before we kind of went our separate ways and said, hey, you guys can tackle this with Roscosmos. We're going to move forward with Perseverance and with Curiosity. But, maybe now to show, to kind of, throw it back in Roscosmos' face, like, hey, we don't need you. We're going to partner with NASA and we're going to go search for signs of life. But all that is still very much being worked out.
Yeah, that's crazy. And since we can't confirm life with Perseverance or past life with Perseverance, these rock samples are now, if you think about it, the most valuable rock samples ever collected in the history of our species, right? Because they have the answers that we are desperately looking for. Was there at one point life on Mars? I think the answer to me is duh, but we still need that sample to confirm it, right? So hopefully we'll find out in the next 10 years or so. I mean, I think potentially we can. Okay, so what do you think is going to come first? Finding life elsewhere or finding life in the Mars sample rocks? What do you think?
I would say Mars sample rocks, simply because there's already hardware being developed. There's already, plans that are currently progressing. I think, there's been talk about getting a sample return from the Dwarf Planet series, because there is potentially a subsurface ocean with habitable conditions. So depending on when that comes together, which I don't think would be before the 2031, 2032, 2033, I can't remember exactly the year this is supposed to come back. But so unless something crazy happens there, I just don't see another place confirming life before Mars. I agree with you. I think there was life there. I think we're going to find it, at least evidence of past life.
I don't know. JWST is moving pretty fast out there looking at these exoplanets. You never know.
I mean, if JW discovers, an exoplanet with obvious biosignature signs, and that could throw this all for a loop too.
Yeah. So the only thing that sucks about the Mars Perseverance mission is that it's titled, like, the whole mission is called Mars 2020. And I have so much anxiety from the year 2020. Every time I see it in that red logo, I'm like, fuck, that was such a bad year. So that's the only thing I don't like about this mission. All right. So that was the biggest Mars news of the week. And, we'll keep you guys updated. We haven't found any T-Rex skulls or anything like that on the planet yet, or anything else.
Not yet.
And for right now, we just have these baby rock samples, 12 of them to be exact, that we're really excited about. So we'll keep you guys posted there. All right, next up, we got to talk about the DART mission, the double asteroid redirection test. This is like the movie Armageddon in real life, except we're not looking to like explode the asteroid. We're just looking to guide it off course, right? We're going into asteroid. It's a binary asteroid system, so there's two. So Didimos B is the one that we're going to be slamming into head on. So on Monday, September 26th, this spacecraft, the size of, I guess it's like a vending machine, is literally going directly into an asteroid as a test. I saw a lot of TikTok videos like, oh my God, there's an asteroid coming towards Earth, and, a NASA spacecraft is going to hit it. That's bullshit. No, this is a test. This thing is very far away. It has no threat towards our planet, but this is a crucial test that needs to happen for a future mission that could potentially save our planet's history. What do you think there?
I love this mission. I wish they would still call it Diddy Moon instead of Didymos B or whatever. Hashtag Diddy Moon. I'm hashtag Team Diddy Moon.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like I said, I love this this mission. It's the first real, planetary protection mission that we've kind of launched to potentially be able to deflect one of these things. And we don't know if it's going to work or not. We think it will, but asteroids have proven to be really, really weird places, a bunch of gravel jumbled together by gravity, not necessarily a solid surface. So there's a chance that this thing, like, maybe not goes right through it, but gets, fairly far into it and doesn't really affect it. I'll be tuning in on Monday just like you.
Yeah, that's going to be sick. How funny would it be if this if DART goes directly into it as hard as possible and it just doesn't move. Like you just see a bunch of rocks fly off and everything. Because
we're gonna have to come up with another plan.
No, absolutely. And I'm happy you said that, because the biggest thing about this mission is it's a test. And this is so key to keep our planet safe in the future. Like this is a first for NASA, right? NASA normally focuses on space flight missions, right? They're not focusing on throwing their spacecraft into an asteroid. Like this is a first of many, I think. And I think that DART, like people might not be making a massive deal out of it right now, but DART will save our planet in the future. Is that thinking too highly of this mission or what?
I don't think it's thinking too highly at all. So one of the things that was written into the NASA appropriation bill that we talked about a few weeks ago on one of our episodes is the NEO Surveyor, the Near Earth Object Surveyor. It is something to map out any of the potentially undetected asteroids that we have not been able to see yet. So again, another planetary protection mission that doesn't do anything except for look out for planet Earth. So say that the NEO Surveyor, and the NEO Surveyor has been tried to be canceled by Congress multiple times.
Wow.
However, this appropriations bill has now literally written it into law. So we now have a real mission on the books besides DART that will help us protect Earth if one of these things does look like it's going to impact. So the DART mission and the NEO Surveyor are two baby steps in this direction, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. And guys, for the people talking shit, let me remind you, there have been 5 mass extinction events on this planet. The latest was only 65 million years ago. So like, I don't know about you. I feel like this planet is due for a massive asteroid or a massive space rock to just come and fuck up our party. I mean, have you seen the movie Don't Look Up? I mean, I feel like that was a very clear, accurate representation of what is probably going to happen in, I would say, in the next 50 years, maybe.
I feel like Don't Look Up is happening in real life right now with climate change.
Yeah, no, 100%. I love that movie, by the way. Did you see it?
I liked it too. I didn't understand the shit that it got, but yeah, I liked it.
I love that movie. All right, well, that's DART, and that is on Monday, so tune in then, and we'll give you guys a recap when we film on Tuesday for episode 21. I can't believe we're already at fucking 20 weeks of orbital takes. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh,
we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen.
Just getting started. I was just going to say that.
All right, let's hit launch and scrub of the week. Did you go first last week or did I?
I went first last week, so it's on you.
All right, let's go. Here we go. I'm hyped for this one. All right, my launch of the week is going to be the Polaris program. If you guys remember, 1 year ago, I think it was last week, the Inspiration 4 mission launched with the first all-civilian space crew. You had Jared Isaacman, Haley, Chris, and Dr. Sian Proctor, and it changed the world, right? I was there, boots on the ground. It was the first time it was the first time non-NASA astronauts orbited the planet. And now the Polaris program is going to be my launch of the week, because that is what's next. It's a human spaceflight program that's organized by the same guy. His name is Jared Isaacman. We talk about him all the time. He's the shit. And he's actually purchased flights from SpaceX in order to create this program. They're going to be there's going to be 3 missions. The first 2 missions, they're going to go further than any SpaceX capsule has gone before. And then the third mission, they're going to attempt the first private spacewalk. So I don't know. It's been a year since they started. The Polaris mission is coming up. I'm really hyped for it. I am launching Jared Isaacman and the Polaris program, baby. Let's go.
I love the Polaris program. It's such a cool concept. It's such an awesome thing that Elon Musk has his own private Gemini program.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic, I think, that Isaacman is having to pay for this, because SpaceX is going to have to go through this R&D anyway. But I guess if you can get somebody to pay for it who's as rich as Jared Isaacman, I guess why not?
Yeah. And can we continue to donate to St. Jude's with this? I mean, that was awesome. We raised 500 million last time for St. Jude's.
I know the entire Polaris program is partnering with St. Jude, just like Inspiration 4.
Oh, it is. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. I was curious about that. All right, what's your launch of the week?
My launch of the week is this amazing photograph of Comet Leonard that came through the solar system in 2021. It's by an amateur astronomer, Gerald Raymond.
Shout out, Gerald. Okay.
From Vienna, Austria. This photo is unbelievable. It is called the photo is called the disconnection event, and it basically shows the moments or proceeding moments of when Comet Leonard's tail disconnected from the main body of the comet. It's a very wide, kind of panorama kind of thing, but the level of detail that this amateur astronomer was able to capture is just unbelievable. So it has won the Astronomy Photographer of the Year. And so this was just awarded about 5 days ago. But yeah, this is like, I mean, this is like a JWST type quality photo.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I very rarely does any a photograph from space make my jaw drop unless it's JWST. This made my jaw hit the floor.
And Pat, let's also say how many amateur astronomers are there? There's thousands of them out there, right?
Tens of thousands.
And they take photos. These amateur astronomers take photos every single night, hundreds of photos, and they post them. So the fact that Gerald won this is truly incredible. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Why is it so long though? I want like I almost want like a, my bad. I want like a better what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a different size of this photo. It's like really long on my screen.
Man, that's a first world problem right there, Chris.
Yeah,
man, I wish this amazing space photo wasn't so long.
Wish it was more in a TikTok format, but it is what it is. You know?
Why can't it be, 9:16 instead of 16:9? Come on, Gerald.
First world problems. Where's my ice? I got no ice in the fridge.
Earth world problems. I like that.
Oh shit. All right. My scrub of the week. Let's go to the scrub of the week. This is a funny one. So the Space Force dropped an official song. And let's give it a listen. I mean, it ain't it, Pat. I don't know what it is. It ain't it. And it does not slap.
They missed the mark.
They missed the mark completely. It reminds me of the Wizard of Oz for some reason. I don't know why. Like it just it reminds me of some old school movie. They missed it completely. I mean, we don't need to go over the lyrics or anything, but yeah, I'm going to scrub that song because I will never be listening to it. They had the opportunity of a lifetime. They could have.
Sure did.
There are take any Wiz Khalifa song from 2010 to 12, and you could basically just apply that to space. They missed it. So that's my scrub of the week. What do you got?
Shit, they could have reused the Star Trek theme, and it would have been better than that song.
Or I was also thinking the Darth Vader theme. Isn't there like a?
Oh man, that would have been sick. That would have been intimidating, ominous.
Like
yeah, it's
but instead.
The Imperial March, that is a banger right there.
Instead, the entire internet is making fun of them right now.
Yeah,
and Space Force doesn't need that, right? We're already making fun of Space Force. Like
Space Force got it. Yeah, they've got enough shit on their plate to make fun of. And it's just added another piece. So
well, there you go. All right, what's your scrub of the week?
My scrub of the week is the Chinese National Space Agency because they're trying to return Mars samples back to Earth before NASA. All of a sudden, they just popped up and it was like, hey, this NASA sample return, what if we just beat them by a full Mars cycle of a whole 2 years? Shockingly, the hardware looks very similar to existing hardware. I don't know where they would have got that from. But I will say it's a very different strategy. They're going to land basically. They're not looking for a pinpoint accuracy bullseye type of landing. They're just looking to land, grab some dirt and hop back it just to beat NASA. This is very reminiscent of the way the Russians used to do, right? We were going to send up Alan Shepard into space, and the Soviets at the time caught wind of it, and they threw Yuri Gagarin up there a couple weeks. They threw him up there a couple weeks before. Same with the spacewalks. Ed White was supposed to be the first person to walk in space, and then the Russians were like, yeah, but what if we just do it 2 weeks before? So this is very space race-esque of China. So I'm hoping this lights a fire under Elon or Bezos or Peter Beck from Rocket Lab, one of these private company guys who, let's face it, NASA has its plan for the Mars sample return. I don't see that changing or getting pushed up unless there's, a large infusion of cash, or, Starship all of a sudden takes flight, this year and makes huge progress. Something like that happens, but we can't let China beat us.
Scrub
so I'm scrubbing. Scrubbing the CNSA.
Yeah, I'm scrubbing them too with that. It is crazy to think about that. You think they'll beat 10 years? I mean, right now we're targeting 2033 for our rock samples to come back. Do you think it's possible that they could beat that? I feel like we're still on the same timeline, no?
So initially you would think, no, that's not possible, but they landed successfully on Mars their first try.
Yeah, they ball. China balls, man.
Yeah. Well, they're balling out on other people's intellectual property. So that's why they're able to do. No one else has landed on Mars successfully the first time.
They got the Mars orbiter too, or is that Dubai's? Doesn't Dubai have one too?
Dubai has one too, but that was integrated with existing kind of technology, and they were working. Dubai worked with the University of Colorado on who has made Mars orbiters before, so they have some heritage there, right? But China, it was just like, yeah, let's just steal everything and reverse engineer it, and we'll send it up there ourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, they have Orbital Takes episode 20 in the books. Thank you as always for tuning in. Pat, where can they find us online?
Visit us online on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube at Orbital Takes. And if you guys listen to our podcast, please give us a review or 5 stars on whatever podcast platform you listen to.
There you guys have it. I hope you have a great week. Have a better weekend. And ad Astra, baby.